But when that happens, I got a plan. So it says all things work out for the good of those that are called according to the Most High's, that love the Most High and is called according to his purpose. So it worked out perfectly fine. Me being isolated, I had little to no distractions, and the Most High was able to speak to me, and I could clearly hear his voice. And so I'm going to share with you what he shared with me on today concerning the all-out warfare, the global warfare. We're in World War III. People are waiting on World War III. We're already in it. Satan have launched racial warfare, political warfare, cyber warfare, fake warfare, information warfare, cyber warfare, financial warfare, emotional warfare. Uh, on every level, there's warfare. And if you can't see it, it's because he has you spiritually sleep. And I am speaking that your mind will be released from that spiritual sleep if you're a child of the Most High, and you're going to see reality for what it is, not what the fake news media tell you, but what the good news, which is the gospel of the Most High, tells you. And it says right here, let's get to it. Verse 1, in the beginning, Yah created the heavens, so the spiritual, and the earth. In the beginning of what? In the beginning of your existence. He wants you to know how this thing started. How did we get into a state of this warfare? How did darkness and light get to battling and tussling and throwing each other against the ropes and hitting each other with the rock bottoms and the people's elbow to the chest? This is found here in the book of Genesis. Genesis 1 through 3 tells you all from beginning to the end, and then the rest of these scriptures after Genesis chapter 3 is just the prophecies of Genesis 1 through 3 playing out its course. So he in the beginning, how it all started, it started when the Most High Yah created the heavens and the earth. And verse 2 says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Darkness was upon the face of the deep. Is it saying that it was dark outside and the Most High couldn't see it, and he needed, like, man, let me create a light bulb. I can't see my way around here. I'm tripping over stuff. No, that's crazy. When it says darkness was upon the face of the deep, this is why you got to watch part 1, because he's talking about that spiritual darkness. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, go read it. I'm going to reiterate it, but I'm not going back. You got to watch the video yourself. It says, we wrestle not against blood, against principalities and rulers and authority, and the darkness of the wickedness of this world. The darkness that is mentioned here in Genesis chapter 1, verse 2, is the same darkness that is mentioned in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. It's talking about an evil, wicked spirit. So the evil, wicked, rebellious spirits, the Most High had done isolated them, right? And so they were here. This was their prison. This was where they were banned to. And it goes on to say, let me get some light in this this piece. More than a conqueror. Gotta get some light in this joint. And I pray that you guys are blessed. If you're in this live chat, my prayers and blessings are with you. If you're a child of the Most High, if you're a demon, I bind you in the name of the Most High, Yahshua, according to his word and the power and authority he hath given his chosen elect, and I cast you out into the outer abyss. And I want you to know, go run and tell your daddy that More Than Conqueror is back, and he's better than ever, and he's swinging harder than ever too. So, hey, look, let's get to it. Verse number 2, it says, in the darkness, this spiritual darkness, these spirits of rebellion. I'm not even going to say, the devil, whatever you want to call them, who was called the light barrier, or whatever the case may be. And it wasn't just one. And let me not get off subject. Let me stay on subject, but there's so much that the people don't know. But in due time, the revelations will be revealed. So darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the spirit of the Most High Yah moved above the face of the waters. And Yah said, let there be light, and there was light. And so there's this spiritual darkness, which is the spiritual wickedness on the earth. And so what happened? Verse number 4 is very key. Listen, let me slow down. And the Most High Yah, wait a minute, verse number 3 and 4 says, and the Most High Yah said, let there be light, and there was light. He said, let there be light. He spoke a word. Remember, up until now, the Most High didn't speak a word. When he spoke his word, he spoke you into existence. This is why they say Christ is the living word. And we're in the likeness of Christ. We are words. We are assignments. We are children of the Most High. We are the expressed image of the Most High, which is the expressed image of his power, which is his word, if you're a child of the Most High. So here it goes, and it says in verse 4, and the Most High Yah saw the light. Are we talking about, he turned on a light bulb and he saw that light bulb like this car light was good? No, he's talking about he saw you. He saw me. Read the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, in the beginning, before he formed you in your mother's womb, before you was an embryo, before you was a little fetus, kicking your mama in her rib cage, he knew you. He formed you. And he ordained you to be an assignment, a purpose in this world. What is he talking about? This right here in Genesis, which is the book of the beginnings. He's saying here, and before you were there in the beginning, I knew you. In Genesis chapter 1, I knew you. Who are you? You were a light. That's why come Christ said, you're a light to the world. Your light that setteth on a hill. Who is he talking to? He's talking to you. The same light, the same word, light is mentioned in Genesis chapter 1. Now, I've never heard anyone else bring this out. This is revelation that the Most High dropped in my spirit, and I had to get it out. So thank you, Heavenly Father. All praises to the Most High Yah. I thank the Holy Ruach, and this is why I praise him, I glorify him, and I lift him up all the time, because I have no idea how my Heavenly Father he just lets me know, like, I'm here, son. You know what I mean? Like, it's deep. It's deep. And if you have that special personal relationship with the Father, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's realer than these fake friends. He's realer than these fake people who act like they like you and trying to get to know you. He's the realist. Let me just say that. And so when Christ said, you are the light, he's talking about Genesis chapter 1. That's you. So when you're reading chapter 4, chapter 1, verse 4, the book of Genesis, and it says, in the Most High Yah, the Heavenly Father, he saw the light, that it was good. He saw you, and he said, it's good. He didn't say that about the darkness. Think about that. It starts off talking about in the beginning, darkness was on the face of the deep. The Most High didn't speak up and say, hey, this darkness is good. No. When he created you, when he created me, when he created his children, the spirits of light, the children of light, as it is mentioned in the book of 1 John chapter 3, he said, it's good. They're good. You and I, not perfect, but we're good. Why? Because we're going to get to that in just a bit. And I want to welcome you guys on. If you're in here, I definitely appreciate you being in this live chat. As the Most High is to be given all the glory, honor, praise, and worship. And I'm just going to take a break and take a sip of this smoothie to oh man, we have got to watch what we eat, drink in these days. So these are really good. These Orchard Simply Smoothie, 100% made with real fruits and vegetables. Those are really good if you're trying to detox your body from this chemical and bio warfare that these wicked ones have launched against us secretly. They're putting stuff in your food. They're putting stuff in your water. They're putting stuff in the air. You really can't get away from it. We're in a war. You know what I mean? And even when you don't think the enemy is attacking you, he's attacking you. You know what I mean? So back to the word, because we're going to, fight back, and we're going to fight back and hit the enemy with something he, can handle. We're going to hit him with an attack he won't be able to destroy. So it says he saw the light, he saw you, he saw me, that we were good. And let's continue. And he separated the light from the darkness. He separated the good spirits from the bad spirits. Remember this, he separated the good spirits from the bad spirits. And so there's so much that can be said there, but I don't want to make this video too long. But the earth realm was originally designed for the children of light, the children of the Most High, to govern, to rule, and to experience the joy and the goodness of the Father's love and presence away from wickedness. But we're going to talk about, how did this war get started? How did the spirit of darkness, the kingdom of darkness, infiltrate the kingdom of light? We're going to get to this shortly. So, in the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 7, the Most High Yah, he creates the firmament, which is the divider, this dome here. It's more than what you think it is. Now, they tell you all these lies, rumors, propaganda. They flew through the firmament and they flew to the moon and all sorts of stuff. That is a lie. They have never penetrated that and went to a moon or anything else. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are scientific and you're watching this video and you believe your guy's just reading on crazy, here's a scientific fact for you. Prove me wrong. I invite any of you, bring your best scholars. You cannot have fire, inferno, without the key element of oxygen. You know the periodic table. Combustion, you know the whole formula for combustion and so forth. It cannot exist without the element of oxygen. No oxygen, no fire. And this is a simple test. You can light something on fire, get a cup that is vacuum sealed, light it on the table or somewhere outside, and just set that glass on top of it and watch how quick that fire go out. Soon as the oxygen is gone, the fire is gone. There's no oxygen, they tell us, on the moon. So when you're watching the video and you see these big flames of infernal fire coming out the rear of the so-called shadow, it don't exist. It's physiologically, scientifically impossible. And this is science. Your stuff, your theologies, You know what I mean? Not mine, but yours. So know your facts and at least have your lies good enough before you come to a child of the Most High who have the Yah given common sense and wisdom to see right through that malarkey. No oxygen, no fire. Would never happen. Moving on, back to the Most High's word. So there's the firmament, the separator. This right here, what we call the sky, is just a dome to separate the physical realm from the spiritual realm. The Most High made the firmament so that light, and I mean like spiritual light, can penetrate it, but darkness cannot. You know what I mean? So this is, you have to be light, or at least that was the original law. In order to get from one side to the other, you had to be light. Only spirits of light could penetrate the firmament dome. And so when you get down to the book of Genesis, and I want you to read with me if you have your scriptures, verse 26, which is a very controversial verse for people who's just learning about the word, and they get to this point and they say, wait a minute, in verse 26 it says the Most High Yah said, let us, which is plural, make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowls of the earth and over the cattle. Who was that? That was you and I. We were with him in the beginning. So when he said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, he was talking about, let's break it down. What is an image? An expressed image. An image is not the real thing. It's an expression of what cannot be seen. I give you an example. You know what? I don't have to give you an example. I'm going to take the human being. Your soul is your mind, your will, your emotions, your personality. I can't see that physically, right? I can't look and go, there go, you know, there go laughter, there go sadness, there go tenacity, there go laziness, whatever it is that makes you, you. I can't physically see that until it's expressed through an, you know, image, right? That image is the body, the physical man. You know what I mean? That allows me to hear your laughter, your joy, right? It allows me to hear your joy in the form of laughter, which is a sound wave, which my ear can physically pick up. It allows me to see your tears when you're sad and falling down your face, right? It allows me to see your hard work when you're outside mowing the yard or whatever the case may be. Your physical body is an express image of your invisible soul. That's your mind, your will, your emotions, and personality. And so he's saying, let us make a physical man in this physical realm to express who we are, right? You don't believe me? The Most High himself, in the book of, we're going to go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 1. The book of Hebrews is in the New Testament for those of you who are trying to learn this word. And we're going to go to the book of Hebrews chapter 1. And I believe we're going to start at verse 1 as soon as I get there, if I can get there. And we're going to read. And this is what it says in the book of Hebrews, if I can get this cord out the way. Chapter 1, verse 1. And it says, in the Most High Yah, who in sundry times in diverse manners spake in the past to our fathers, to the fathers and to the prophets, has in these last days spoken unto us by his son. His son is the physical express image of the Most High Yah, unto whom he has appointed heir of all things, and to whom he has made, and through whom he has made the worlds. I want you to read along with me. And verse 3 is the kicker. This is the point I'm trying to make. Who being the brightness and the glory and the expressed image of his own person, what we're talking about, the person who you are, your mind, your will, your emotions, your intellect, all that, your personality. So Christ being the express image of the Most High Yah himself, just like we're the expressed image of, you know what I mean, as his children in the flesh, though. The spirit being that lives in this body you can't see, but you can see this physical body, right? And so that is the gift of life, to have expression, to be able to have free will, and so forth. So we're at 29 minutes, and we're going to cut the video off because I don't want to go over 30 minutes in these videos. I want to do a part 3, and we're going to break down how the children of light was given power, rule, and authority over the earth realm. But before we close out, we're going to just conclude it, because I made a statement and I want the word to back up what I say, so you know that it's not me, but it's the word of truth. And I'm just a mouthpiece. I'm just a tool the Most High used to do his handiwork. And so Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 says, and the Adonai Yah, the Most High Yah, formed man. He formed the physical man. How do I know that? Because we continue to read, and it says, out of the dust of the earth, of the ground. So out of the ground, out of the physical, he began to form a body, a physical man, you know what I mean, for the spirit to go in. How do I know that? Because we continue to read, and it says, and he breathed, or he spiritually put into his nostrils the breath of life. What is the breath of life? It's a description of the spirit of you and I. He put into that body our spirit, and then the body became a living soul, a living expressed mind, will, and emotions. And so this is where we're at right now. And I see we have another bot into this live chat, but we're going to conclude this part 2. You guys get ready, get set, because we're going to go to a part 3 on the next video. Till then, stay woke. If you're not woke, wake up so you too can be blessed. But your boy MTAC has got to be